Today, let's take a look at what the autumn joy sedums look like in the summer. And I would like to share with you also one important thing that I learned about autumn joy sedum that I did not know before. Anyway, we're going to focus on the three autumn joy sedums at this fencing area. I do have them throughout the different areas in the garden. So yeah, they pretty much look the same. So what you're gonna see here is pretty much what you're gonna see throughout the garden, different garden beds. All right, so this is what they look like from this angle. So you can see how narrow the bed is. I would like to apologize that the space does not look too good right now. We're still working on our project with the gravel. So let me get closer. So that's what they look like from afar. You can imagine what they would look like once they get a lot bigger. These have been here, I would say, no more than 2 to 3 years in this particular area. So in the spring, you get stems that are very low to the ground, and they form a nice spherical shape. And then as the season progresses, as we're getting into late spring and now into the summer, the stems get taller. And then they form these buds. You can see that there are clusters of buds. These guys right here are about 2.5 feet at the highest point. So at the top you see clusters of buds, and then the bottom you still have leaves. And the stems are very firm right now. So even though the stems are firmed, they can snap off easily if you bother them the wrong way. Now as this summer season progresses, these buds will get bigger and bigger, forming blooms. And the blooms are tiny, they're not big. They're going to start off as green, and then they go to pink, and then burgundy color as we are heading into winter. So I would say maybe towards the end of summer, if not a little bit earlier, we should see nice yellow green foliage, or not foliage, blooms, which I love that color of blooms at that time of the season. A nice viewer asked me in the spring whether it was okay to pinch off the stems, and if they would produce more stems to make the plant more lush and bushy. So intuitively, I was saying that it could be done. I went ahead and did it myself, and I think within maybe a few to several days, I was like, I don't think it's going to grow back. Oh, now we're getting a strong wind. Can you hear it? So I went back and wrote to her that maybe to wait to see how mine will do, and I don't think that, I don't think it's a good idea to do it, because I didn't want her to miss out on the blooms for this year. And maybe that's what it was, that she was wanting more blooms also in, later on in the season. So anyway, I wanted to show you what has happened to those stems that I pinched off in the spring. Here is where I pinched one of them, one of the stems. So for this one, so you can see that 6 new stems came up, and then we got one over there, that one on the ground that I snapped off. One of them, I don't know where it came from. So total of 7 from just pinching this one stem. So I am pleasantly surprised. I did not come to inspect this until today. I did come a while back when I recently did it and was not sure of how it was going to turn out. So we are seeing this together. So I'm so glad that we got a positive result with this one. And we'll show you the other one in just a little bit. So looking at this, you could pinch and still get some new stems forming from the main stem. Now let's go to the other one. Alright, so you can see that I did the same thing to this one, but what do you notice? Nothing came out. So it did not produce any new lateral stems, not even one. Right now I just want to enjoy the nice breeze. It went from humidity to just nice cool breeze. It feels like fall right now. It went from very humid to fall weather in like 5 minutes. So what was my takeaway from what I did? So definitely not a guarantee that you will get new stems. Also, it's a possibility that how I was pinching them was different. I remember the one where you saw the more stems. I think that is the one that I did not go too far down. I made sure to stay in the fleshy part. But you would think that in the spring both of them would, both of the stems would not be hard or firm. Both of them would be pretty fleshy. But I think the difference is that I did not go far with the one that has more stems right now. I only went to, I was at the tip basically. So that is a good thing for us to know, that if you do want more blooms later on, just know that the plant is not going to be as tall, but it's a possibility that you're going to get more of a full, lush looking plant. But again, I don't know this for sure. I cannot guarantee it, and the best thing to do is just experiment with your plant and go from there. I do have a lot of my own, so next year I think I'm going to do it with the entire plant and see if I will be successful with all of them, with all the ones that I pinched. And if you would like to wait to see how mine will do, please wait, because I do not want you to risk losing your blooms and whatever else, especially if you only have one or two plants and you would like to enjoy the blooms as much as possible. But you can also see that even though these were not pinched, you can see that the stems come up, or each stem comes up, and you can see that there are clusters of buds, and you could still have a lot of blooms if blooms is what you're wanting. And you can see how big, how wide or lush this whole plant is already. To me, this is definitely fine. You just have to let the plant grow each year and do its thing, and you will have plenty of blooms. They, um, you might not get like a huge plant in 1 year. You just have to wait. 1 year, probably not. It'll still be small, and it also depends on your environment too. As you know, with gardening, it just all depends on different factors. But I promise that it will get bigger and bigger each year, and you will get a more fuller plant, wider looking plant each year, as seen with these. I enjoy experimenting with different plants, so I do not mind trying out with this autumn joy sedum in the spring of next year. And hopefully, you can follow along and see how it does. And I think I might just try two, one where I'm not going down, farther down to the base, and one we'll just do it at the tip, and we'll see what happens. And if a negative thing happens to one plant, I'll just lose blooms for that year, and I know that next year is just gonna be fine. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new here, my name is Terry. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you for watching this video. So until my next video, I hope you found this video enjoyable and helpful, and I will talk with you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Alright, so after the video was over, I decided to come and take a look at this space again, or this particular Autumn Joy Sedum. And it looks like I did the same thing with this smaller one as well. So I am so surprised, and it's been so nice to see that this one has done well as well. And with both of these, I'm pretty sure that I only pinched the top part closer to the tips is what I'm pretty sure that I did, and I'm glad that this one was also successful. And with this one, I think we got several lateral stems as well. So good deal. So I'm excited to try it out next spring to see if we can have it looking successful like these two.